Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. The Holy See's permanent observer to the United Nations has made a heartfelt appeal for war-ravaged Ukraine. Archbishop Gabriele Caccia addressed the UN General Assembly's emergency session on Tuesday. He appealed to all member nations to end the madness of the conflict that takes innocent lives and deepens wounds among people. Separately, Vatican Secretary of State Cardinal Pietro Parolin said that a possible meeting between President Joe Biden of the United States and his Russian counterpart President Vladimir Putin would be decisive in ending the war in Ukraine. The top Vatican official was speaking to the media in Rome after Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Mr. Putin was willing to meet Mr. Biden. The 50th March for Life will be held in Washington, D.C. on January the 20th. It will be the first national pro-life rally to be held after the reversal of Roe v. Wade that legalised abortion in 1973. On October the 13th, the anti-abortion organisation unveiled its theme, which is Next Steps, Marching in a Post-Roe America. The event is expected to draw hundreds of thousands of life defenders and believers. According to Gene Mancini, president of the March for Life, the 2023 rally will be conducted to honour those who have marched ahead of them and to celebrate the success of Roe's reversal. The event organisers say that the need to build a culture of life still remains. The National March for Life aims to influence the culture and laws, making abortion unthinkable in the country. Unlike in previous years, the March for Life rally will come to a close outside the US Capitol rather than the Supreme Court. In the Australian state of New South Wales, the Greens party is aiming to abolish the traditional prayers in the upper house. The party says the prayers at the beginning of sessions devalue people and are inappropriate as the nation values religious diversity. Greens lawmaker Abigail Boyd moved a motion to prohibit the opening recitation of the prayer, acknowledging God and seeking blessings upon the Parliament. She said the traditional prayer excludes and devalues those who do not belong to that religion. She said that other governments and local councils in the country had eliminated their opening prayers and replaced them with secular pledges. On the other hand, this move has prompted the ire of lawmaker Reverend Fred Nile, who said that Christianity is the foundation of the Australian Constitution and ethics. The international Marian sanctuary of Fatima in Portugal witnessed thousands of pilgrims from around the world congregating on October the 12th to mark the solemnity of the final apparition of Our Lady to 3 shepherd children on October the 13th in 1917. Pilgrims from different continents took part in the candlelight procession singing Marian hymns. They were led by Bishop José Ornelas of Leiria Fatima. While celebrating Mass on Thursday, the bishop invited pilgrims to be witnesses and missionaries of the light and of the strength and hope that the shrine places in their lives. He added that the Marian sanctuary teaches everyone to be the same church united in faith and to walk together as a synodal church to bring Christ to the world. The Catholic Bishops of Canada have released a letter expressing support and encouragement to young believers. In the letter, the prelates said that the love of God and the example of Jesus empower youth to challenge and change the world. They said young believers are the young church of today and the church of tomorrow. The letter, signed by Bishop Raymond Poisson, president of the Canadian Conference of Catholic Bishops, was released on October the 12th, the feast of Blessed Carlo Acutis. The letter was drafted after interactions with more than 200 young Canadians between the ages of 12 and 25 during the autumn of 2020. The bishops reminded the youth that they can be prophetic voices like the adolescent Jesus, who debated with teachers in the Temple of Jerusalem. The month of October is witnessing a steady flow of pilgrims to Catholic Marian sanctuaries in Muslim-majority Indonesia. Marian shrines in all 36 dioceses in the archipelago are witnessing throngs of pilgrims this month, as Indonesian Catholics are especially devoted to Our Lady. Catholic parishes, communities and groups are organising pilgrimages which are characterised by the recitation of the Rosary. One of the most prominent Marian pilgrim centres is the Shrine of Our Lady of Velankani in the city of Medan on Sumatra Island. This church is named after the famous Indian shrine of the same name in the southern state of Tamil Nadu. Another popular pilgrim destination is the Marian Shrine of Sendang Sono in Yogyakarta, which is an old grotto of Our Lady of Lourdes. A similar grotto in Po Sarang in Kediri region also attracts Catholics and indeed people from other faiths. In the US state of Texas, 7 believers are reciting the entire New Testament from memory. Titled The Great Recital, the event is organised by the Institution for Creation Research, and it is underway at the Discovery Centre in Dallas through October the 15th. Nicknamed the Bible Memory Man, Professor Tom Meyer and 6 other Bible memory specialists are reciting all 27 books of the New Testament verse by verse throughout the event. Meyer remarked that the recital is a public proclamation of the Word of God right before the midterm elections. He emphasised that he wanted people to understand that the Bible was intended for more than just the eyes. In an interview with Fox News, the other participants expressed joy in participating in the historic event. The church and other religious institutions in Haiti are facing terrible violence and attacks from armed gangs who roam freely in the absence of a proper government. Sister Marcella Catozza, an Italian missionary nun who served in the country for 15 years, told Aid to the Church in Need that the situation has worsened since June. The nun was recalled by her congregation after another missionary, Sister Luisa Dell'Orto, was gunned down by a gang member. Sister Marcella said that the internal security in Haiti has gone from bad to worse since the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in July of last year. She said that gang violence has spread to the streets, so much so that life has become extremely difficult, even in the capital city, Port-au-Prince. The sister also added that gang violence has seriously affected the pastoral and missionary activities of Catholic priests and nuns serving there. As hundreds of thousands of migrants risk their lives to enter the United States through Panama via Colombia, a Catholic bishop has raised concerns over the surging humanitarian crisis. Bishop Hugo Torres Marin of Colombia's Apartado diocese has decried the risky crossing of the Darien Gap by thousands of Venezuelans to reach Panama and to eventually reach the USA. The prelate urged officials to find a solution to the crisis. According to official data, more than 150,000 migrants have crossed the jungle path this year. However, this route is more dangerous as they are exposed to theft, human trafficking, and even death. Separately, the Biden administration has attempted to come up with policies to restrict the flow of Venezuelans into the country, as the number of migrants was nearly 4 times that of last year. The Department of Homeland Security unveiled a new strategy to reduce that number. By a large margin, the United Nations General Assembly has voted to denounce Russia's annexation of 4 regions of Ukraine. Last week, President Vladimir Putin signed documents approving the annexation of Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporizhia and Kherson. The resolution put forth by the UN General Assembly urged fellow members not to recognise the annexation move and demanded Russia's immediate reversal. It also extended support for negotiations to de-escalate the conflict in those regions. On October the 12th, 143 of the General Assembly's 193 members voted in favour of a resolution that deemed Moscow's action unlawful, whereas 35 countries abstained from it. Only Syria, Nicaragua, North Korea and Belarus joined Russia in voting against the resolution. Finally, the political impasse in Iraq has ended, with lawmakers electing Kurdish politician Abdul Latif Rashid as the nation's new president on Thursday. With the election of Mr. Rashid, the 9-month-long political deadlock has come to an end. The new president immediately named Shia politician Mohammed Shia al-Sudani as Prime Minister designate, who replaces the caretaker Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi. He had been the caretaker of the country because of the deadlock prevailing in the country, as both Shias and Sunnis could not reach a consensus regarding the formation of a government. A British-educated engineer by profession, Mr. Rashid had served as Water Resources Minister from 2003 to 2010. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow for more. And remember, you can also visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.